Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading all about today's 10/10 portal. So the 10/10 portal of course happens on October 10th because October is the 10th of the month and today is the 10th day of that month. So I'm just going to get some general information. This could be messages that come through from your ancestors, your spirit guides, your higher self, your angels, those that are around you who have your highest interests at heart and who want the best for you. So we're just going to get some general messages, see what they want to bring out in this reading today. Now, before we get started, as always, if you are looking for something a little bit more personable and you want to make sure that you are in the right reading, it is helpful that you set the intention for that. So one of the ways that I personally like to do this is by asking spirit for specific signs, words, language in some cases do come through, anything that helps you know that you are on the right path. And then I also like to ground my energy. So if you're looking to be more connected with spirit while you hear these messages, because sometimes not just what the reader say, but sometimes it's what the reader doesn't say that gives you confirmation about, you know, if you're in the right reading. But I will also say, like I said, if you want to get a more in-depth connection with spirit during the time of these readings, it is helpful that you take some mindful deep breaths. You want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. Do this as much as you feel like you need to in order to calm down your mind, your body, soul, and your spirit. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have just a traditional tarot deck, you can see here. And then for pile number 2, we have the Dream of Gaia Tarot. So that's this deck here. So if you're ready, I would definitely say to look down in the description box below. The timestamps will be there, and I will see you in your pile. Bye. Pile number 1, if you chose the traditional tarot deck, then this is your pile. So we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Spirit, any messages for the 10/10 portal for pile number 1? Anything that they need to hear, general messages, whether it be about love, money, career, whatever they need to hear, okay? We have the Ace of Wands. It talks about inspiration, beginning, creation, new opportunities, growth, potential, enthusiasm, and breakthrough, okay? Let's get some more cards. Okay, we have the Temperance card, harmony, balance, moderation, patience, purpose, good influence, confidence, fusion, cooperating with others, finding solutions. Okay, some of you may also be a fire sign as well, because most of these cards have been fire signs. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. It says discouraged, distracted, depressed, bad news or intentions, easily tricked, loud mouth, impatient, self-limiting beliefs, newly formed ideas, redirecting energy, a spiritual path. Okay, let's get one more card and then bottom deck energy. You have one more card, please, Spirit, for pile number 1. I've just heard new beginnings are upon you, pile number 1. So this 10/10 portal is definitely going to be bringing in some newness for you. We'll try and see if we can figure out what aspect this is. Okay, then you have the Star in reverse. Ooh, disappointment, doubt, despair, lack of faith, self-trust, disconnection, unfulfilled hopes, crushed dreams, bad luck, imbalance, creative block, boredom, focusing on the negative. Okay. Bottom deck energy is the Page of Cups. Artistic, intuitive focus, creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, idealism, youthfulness, good news. Okay. Okay, pile number 1. So your very first card is the Ace of Wands, which talks about inspiration, beginnings, talks about creation, new opportunities, growth, potential, enthusiasm, and breakthroughs. So for some of you, this Ace of Wands is telling me that this 10/10 portal, what it is bringing in for you is new beginnings. Now, these new beginnings may specifically be in love, because for some reason, it being placed right here by this rose quartz is making me think of love. This could be self-love as well. For others of you, there is something, because I'm thinking, I don't know if you just recently watched Harry Potter, because I'm saying that in my hand, I'm saying that in my head. Also, this wand sort of thing here makes me think of like you casting a spell and making a wish. So for some of you, this new beginning is all about something that you specifically wish for. For some of you, one of the things that you wish for is inspiration. It could be in a book, it could be in a project. You could be trying to figure out if you should be making this next move. Spirit is saying the answer is yes, right? There is a new beginning coming for you in your life. For some of you, this is a baby. For some of you, I don't know why I'm seeing a book. So for some of you, you could be starting a book. You could be writing one. You could be finishing a book and finally putting it out there. For others of you, there is a book that you wanted to read for quite some time. You're going to have the opportunity to do that. For some of you, you may be seeing the number 111 a lot, or 1010 a lot as well. For some of you, may have also dreamed of the number 11. I'm getting that. It's because there's a new beginning coming into your life. There is creation that's happening. And to me, this is something where you have been in a phase of quote unquote like the gestational period, right? Where the child is being created in the womb, right? So this for you could be that you're coming out of the womb phase where the ideal or the thing that spirit wanted to bring into your life was being created, and now it's coming into fruition. Okay. Then you have temperance. And I also want to say this, if you had a question, your answer is definitely yes, because I want you to notice all of your cards have the word yes. Even though these two are in reverse, they all have the word yes. So if you had a question in your mind for spirit, the answer is yes. For some of you, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but your Jupiter may be specifically in a fire sign. So you might want to check your chart if you know how to read that. Okay. So then we have temperance, which is harmony, balance, moderation, patience, purpose, good influence, confidence, fusion, cooperating with others, finding solutions. So for some of you, I'm hearing, actually, I want to keep holding this. I'm hearing that this new beginning is going to bring about a place of balance and peace for you. I am also hearing that this is like an aha moment almost may happen very recent, like in the near future for you after this 1010 portal. And for some of you, this is about bringing more harmony and more balance into your life. I'm also hearing that for some of you, your base sign, so you're like your sun sign may be a water sign. I'm hearing that your emotions have been all over the place. Your emotions have been like tossed to and fro is what I'm hearing. And there's a balance in your emotion that's coming very, very soon. For some of you, you may be feeling like you're at war, like there is something going on that you cannot quite describe. It doesn't feel like it's in the physical. This feels like in the spiritual realm as well. It's like something you can't, like it's like smoke, right? The minute you try and put your hand on it, it disappears. For some of you, you've been feeling like that. Spirit is saying for some of you, you've been going through a spiritual awakening, and that's about to change. For some of you, the 14th of this month could be significant. I believe that is on Tuesday. If you are in the Western Hemisphere, the 14th of this month is on Tuesday. So something may happen that may balance out your energy. For others of you, I would definitely say if you are into meditation, whatever form of meditation that you choose, I would definitely say to start working on that as well. Then you got the Page of Wands here, but it is in the reverse, right? So it talks about being distracted. It talks about bad news, self-limiting beliefs. It talks about redirecting energy and a spiritual path. So when I think about pages often give me kind of this very like doe-eyed, like very new kind of energy. And for some of you, you're going into this Page of Wands phase where this new beginning that we talked about with this Ace of Wands, this new beginning that's coming in for you, it may not be something that you're quite familiar with. Now, in certain cases, people are going into something that's very new, and they don't understand a whole lot about it, but there's like a confidence there. Like, I know I can do this. I know that I can make this happen, right? For some of you in pile number 1, I'm feeling that it's new for you and it's got you freaking out a little bit. You're a little bit worried that you're not going to be able to do this, and your worry and the way that you feel discouraged about doing something new, it may slow you down on this new path. And my encouragement, or the thing I would say to you, especially when dealing with something that's causing you to be distracted from your new path. And this distraction doesn't have to be something outside of yourself. It could be yourself, where, as you know, like, you're supposed to be focusing on this new path and doing something new, and you're getting distracted by other things, and you're letting them distract you because you don't feel qualified or you don't feel like you can do this task. The 1010 portal is coming to wipe that away from you, right? Because you're going to have those moments. You're human, right? You're going to have those moments where things are not going to feel like it's going to be a new path, right? And it may be something that you're going to have to work your way up to understanding and work your way up to making sure that you feel more comfortable. But it's there, right? Because you have the Page of Wands is still on the deck, right? Which means your energy can turn it upright, okay? Then you have the Star card here. The Star card to me always talks about healing. It talks about hope, kind of what you got with the Temperance card. And the Star card often comes after the Tower card. So it's when things have been completely uprooted and you're completely starting over, right? But when this card is in reverse, it talks about lack of faith, right? That you got two, and it's crazy because both of your cards are talking about like lack of belief in yourself and imbalance, right? You're focusing more on the negative, on like, because an example of this is, let's say you're starting a new job and you're like, I didn't go to school for this, right? You're focusing on what could go wrong instead of focusing on what could go right. Instead of focusing on the fact that you're being hired for this position because somebody saw something in you, right? That allowed them to believe that you could do this job. And Spirit is coming through to say, while you may feel like a baby deer, because that's the image I'm getting in my head, like a baby deer trying to stand up on his legs for the first time, Spirit is saying you are still that deer, right? At some point, the deer does learn to walk. It learns to run. It learns to hunt, whatever the case may be, right? To get its food, whatever it is, right? Spirit is saying you are going to be in a place where you may start off feeling a little rocky, which kind of the Star card talks about that. It's a lot of vulnerability. And for some of you, I would also say, well, let me finish this. You may start off feeling vulnerable, but that will change. You will, at some point in this new beginning, you will feel more comfortable with what it is that you're doing. Now, the other thing that I'm getting is that for some of you in this new beginning, there is a fear of failure. And sometimes the fear of failure will cause you to fail. And what I mean by that is, sometimes we're so afraid of failing that we're not honest about what we do and don't know, right? And it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable. It's okay to say, hey, I need a little bit more training in this, or hey, I want to learn how to love you better because I haven't been in a relationship where somebody fully loved me, or I want to learn how to work on this particular project and I've never been in a space where I've had this much freedom, right? Something about your vulnerability is going to be important. I'm also hearing the number 7. You got 17 here, but I'm specifically hearing the number 7. So I don't know if that's significant for someone in this pile, but just wanted to give that out. Bottom deck energy is Page of Cups. So it talks about artistic, intuitive focus. It talks about intuitive message, curiosity, idealism, youthfulness, and good news. So for me, I'm hearing that there's a lot of good news that's coming in for you. This can be on more than one front, because for some reason I'm feeling like this good news is not just going to be one thing. It may be like a collection of good news, like a path of good news is what I'm hearing as well. And then I think I also talked about some of you, your base sign or your sun sign, maybe a water sign. This right here makes me think you might be a water sign as well. For some of you, you also might be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Just want to put that out there. But I'm also hearing that there is some good news that's coming to you, right? The Page of Cups sticks out to me as someone that brings good news that's coming into you. Spirit is saying they want you to be excited about this. It could be an intuitive message. So I want you to, this may not be for all of you, but for some of you, this message is going to come through a more intuitive path. This could be you hear it from a tarot reader. It could be that you hear it from a child. It could be that you dream about this, or somebody gives you, like you get a random letter in the mail or something like that, or a random email that talks about good news that's coming into your life, okay? Let's see if we can get some other messages from, let's see if we can get some ancestor messages. Spirit, can we get one card and bottom deck energy, please, for pile number 1? What is the 1010 portal bringing in for them? If you get invited to a Halloween party and you feel called to go, go. There's something there for you. I'm also hearing the 15th of the month. So something may happen to you or for you around the 15th of October. I'm also hearing peace be still. So for some of you, you may need to be, oh, okay, this card definitely wants to come out. You may be in a place of stillness where you just need some, like I'm hearing quiet and like okay, this is the image that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing somebody sit in what looks like maybe the woods or a mountain, and you're sitting on a rock and there's like a brook, like a babbling brook. You hear that term a lot, but a stream that is coming by, and it's nothing but silence. You, the birds, the water is just peaceful. For some of you, you are going into a more peaceful mindset. For some of you, Spirit is asking you to be still and hear the messages of nature around you. Okay, now the card that you got out from your ancestors is, I think this is called the griot. It's called the card is bliss, card number 19. Bottom deck energy is the twins. Conscious connections. Okay, so for some of you, this really is about love, for you to get the conscious connections and the twins. This could kind of be considered as the lover card in this deck, and this card could be considered the sun. So Spirit, I always hear this song when I get the sun card. I think it's by the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun. And I think Christina Perri, I think is how you say her name. Christina Perri does like a lullaby of this song, which I find absolutely gorgeous. But beside the point, some of you are going to be in a more blissful path. I will also say the fact that we have these, what looks like sunflowers, like true sunflowers, because you can see the flower is like the sun itself. For some of you, there is beautifulness that's growing around you. We talked about this with the Ace of Wands, that you waved a wand, I'm hearing, because I keep getting this Harry Potter reference. You waved a wand and things are coming into fruition. They're coming into creation right now. And you can see that here with these sunflowers that are growing out of the ground. You're going to be in a place of bliss. For some of you, I'm also hearing that specifically that the sun itself is smiling down upon you. So that may be why you've been, I got that message for you to go out into nature and look around and maybe put your feet in the grass. For some of you, maybe even wearing the color yellow may be beneficial to you. You even have the color yellow here. So the color yellow may be very beneficial to you to bring out that energy within you. But I'm literally hearing the sun is smiling down upon you. The twins here makes me think of, okay, I'm getting two things with this. For some of you, you are pregnant with twins. If you didn't know, I am so sorry to ruin that for you, but you are pregnant with twins, okay? For others of you, the blessing that you are bringing into your life is going to be twofold, right? I would also say, don't be surprised if you experience a glitch in the matrix and you end up with two different, like two of the same thing. I'm just putting that out there because it's coming to me. So I'm giving you what's coming to me. I would also say for those of you, you are about to find your quote unquote perfect match or your soulmate, because I'm hearing like, how do I put this? Halves of one whole, right? So to me, this could be your soulmate. Like this could be a platonic, like a platonic friend, like they come in the form of a friend, or this could be in an actual sexual relationship, but you're about to meet your soulmate. For those of you who are listening, who have not been in a relationship for a long time, this is not somebody you know. This is somebody completely different. You have not physically met this person. I want to say that. Excuse me, you have not physically met this person, but spiritually your soul will recognize them. I would not be surprised if you meet someone in the next week or two where it feels like you're meeting an old friend. Like it's almost like the feeling may be like you guys used to be friends a long time ago and you lost touch and now you're talking again and it feels like no time has passed. That's what it feels like to me. It's very open, it's very loving, it's very like interconnected. So I would also just look out for that because that's definitely coming. I was gonna pull from the Green Witch's Oracle deck, but I think I'm being called to this mystical deck. Yep, I am. We got communicate. Bottom deck energy is reveal. Yes. Okay. So for those of you in this pile where you resonate with this love message, Spirit is saying there's going to be a lot of, like, I'm hearing echo communication. So there's going to be a lot of communication between you and this person very, very soon. You also got the threes here. So you may be seeing, and I'm hearing the power of 3. You may be seeing 333 a lot or 33 a lot. Spirit is also saying that something is going to be revealed to you. There is a mystery I'm hearing, because these cards always makes me think of mystery. There is a mystery that's going to be revealed to you. And I think it's even more important that if you know anything about bats, right, they don't really see with their eyes, they hear with the sound, right? Something is about to be revealed to you that you cannot see with your own eyes. Spirit is going to have to show it to you, right? So be prepared for that. I'm also hearing that something could happen for you on the new moon as well. So be prepared for and be open to what's about to be revealed to you. I would also say the fact that I'm getting be open. If this is about love for you, this person may not come in the form that you want. Like, it may not be your perfect quote unquote physical match. So maybe they're, and what I mean by that, maybe they're not your traditional type. Maybe you go for somebody a little bulkier. Maybe you go for someone who's a bit more feminine, but this person is coming into your life and they're a bit different than your expectation of what you're hoping your new partner could be. Okay, let's get you, actually I want to get you one message from here. Spirit, can we get one message about this 1010 portal? Thank you. We have Well and Orca Elders. It says, share your song, frequency of sound, deep diving. Okay, so the fact that you got this back, communicate, and you got the frequency of sound, deep diving. For some of you, you may, I'm hearing something about music may be very prevalent for you this month. Following this 1010 portal, something about the frequency of sound. If you've been wondering, I'm also going to say this, well sounds may be something that you find soothing and you haven't listened to them in a long time. Consider doing that. If you can find a video that has well and orca sounds, absolutely do that. Something about their song is calling to something deeper in you. I will also say, now this is going to sound very woohoo, you may find yourself on a trip. And I don't mean like a physical trip, I mean like a spiritual journey, but it's going to happen through sound. So if you do anything with sound meditation, if you meditate through music, I would definitely say that now is a good time to do that. There is something about deep diving into your subconscious, because you have water here, right? So this is telling me that there is something deep in your subconscious that spirit wants to reveal to you and show to you. Okay, let's get you, do you want to get some, we'll get you some cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. Let's see, Spirit, can we get some messages for the 1010 portal for pile number 1 from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck, please? Okay, we have crib. It says birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Didn't I say that for some of you, you may be having a twin. I also said that for the Ace of Wands. For some of you, this is the birth of a child or an enterprise, like it says. This could be the start of a new business. This could also be the start of a love as well. You have throne, position of authority. So for some of you, I'm specifically hearing you are not the type who traditionally draws yourself to authority. You may prefer to be in the background. Spirit is saying your time of being in the background is over. For some of you, you're going to be pushed to the forefront and be sitting in like a metaphorical, or some of you it's a literal throne where you're going to be put out front because the world needs to see something that you have to offer. Then we have cup. It says you should accept valid criticism. For some of you, there may be a time where people want to give you feedback. If it is valid criticism, be open to accepting that. Be open to be willing to listen to something that you would not necessarily normally listen to. Okay, we have a lot that came out here. We're going to keep shuffling. Got broken wishbone. The wish will not be granted. But let's keep shuffling. Oh, we have a lot that came out. Okay. Spirit, can we get some more cards, please? Pile number 1. We have finger. It says warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. So for some of you, be careful. There, I'm hearing this problem this problem is not external. It feels like whatever this is something that is more mental than anything, because for some reason, looking at this, there's a saying that talks about be careful when you point at other people because you have other fingers, these other three pointing back at you. That stood out to me very heavy. So make sure that you're not accusing someone of something. I'm also hearing get the full story, because a problem may come up, and if you make a rash decision, this could turn out very poorly. We have broom, new home, new attitude. So for some of you, you are moving. Your next step in life is moving to a new home. For some of you, your attitude or your beliefs around certain things are about to change. Okay, let's get one last card. Thank you, Spirit. We have V. It says victory in some endeavor. So if some of you have been worried about whether things are going to progress, they will. There is a victory on the other side of this for you. I'm also hearing your name may start with a V, or like your middle name, or the person that's coming into your life may be a V, like a Victor or something like that. Bottom deck energy is flute. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover. So for some of you, you may be walking away from a friend or lover who you have seen as a person who has been by your side. For some of you, this is a baby father or baby mother, or someone you had children with, I should say. They are going to disappoint you. Something they're going to do is almost going to be very disappointing. I would also say for those of you that felt called to the music meditation message that I gave earlier, maybe also invest in listening to flutes as well. There may be a flute, I think there is on YouTube, like flute sounds, meditation sounds that you can listen to. There may be a message in there for you. Okay. Last thing we're going to get is 2 cards. Wow, that was quick. 2 cards for numbers that may be coming out for you, angel numbers that may be around you. So our first card is 1001. It says spiritual awakening. I'm not surprised. You got new beginnings again, right? So for some of you, this is a lot of newness that's going to be happening. I'm also hearing things are going to shift, because I'm specifically like seeing in my mind the tectonic plates. So for some of you, it may be a subtle shift, but I don't want to say the benefits of it, but like the outcome, that's what I mean. The outcome of it is going to be pretty big. All right. We have new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and healing in the right direction. Heading in the right direction. I also almost said hearing. So for some of you, pay attention to the messages that are being given to you by Spirit. Really meditate on those messages, okay? It says a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. So for some of you, if you feel like you're in a place where things are not quite going the way that you hope that they would go, it's because you're in the midst of a dark night of the soul, and that things are about to shift, things are about to change, but this path is needed. You are needed to go on this path, right? And it's crazy that this is a 10-10 portal and you got 1001, right? So that's 10 backwards. So you got it forward and backwards, okay? Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck. It says spirit guides, progress, justice, structures, systems, processes, conditioning, and rules. It says you are on the right track. So if any of you are wondering if you're on the right path, Spirit is saying yes. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. Okay, so understand that there is good luck around you. You may have heard this recently, that somebody told you that good luck is around you. This is just confirmation of that your spirit guides and people on the other side are actually watching out for you, and know that things will fall into place. Okay. We have 1717, which came out here. You had the 17 here. It says drama alert, independence, soul mission, alone time. Yeah. Learning, healing, aspirations. It says take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You will need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. Yeah, that's the second time you've gotten right direction, is it not? Yeah, because you got it here. You're on the right track, right? It says you might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. So for some of you, may have felt like things have slowed down. You may have felt like that things have not been moving as quickly as you would hope. It's just because Spirit is setting you up for something else. Sometimes there's a slowdown, right? You have to slow down. You have to be one with Spirit, and then they almost propel you forward like a rocket, okay? So pile number 1, this is all of the messages that I have for you. If you feel guided, make sure that you do any rituals that you feel called to do on this 10/10 portal day. And I will see you next time in our next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Dream of Gaia Tarot deck, then this is your pile. So let's go ahead and get started. I will say this, for some of you, you may be getting called to have communication with Mother Gaia for this to come out. And for some of you, this could be happening in your dreams. You could see, specifically I'm hearing you could see the earth crying. I don't know why I'm hearing that. You could absolutely see like the earth crying in your dreams. Okay. All right. We've got, wow. Jeez Louise on a cracker. We have choice here. Card number 0, choice. And as you can see, the tree here is like crying. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy for me to use that terminology, and that's what comes out. We have the Queen of Air here. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. We have, the Child. Bottom deck energy is wisdom. Okay. Pile number 2, let's talk about it. So for some of you, you haven't cried in a long time. I'm getting that. You haven't cried in a long time. You have almost, for some of you, your spirit may also feel like secluded, like it is, how do I want to put this? Your spirit may feel secluded, like you've kind of pushed away those emotions, pushed away those things that you need to feel. And for some reason, I'm feeling like this 10/10 portal is going to give you the choice to express how you really feel. I don't know if this is going to be a situation where you're going to talk to somebody who's truly hurt you, or you're going to have like a balanced or a mediator. That's what I'm getting. And I just saw 202. You may get a mediator where you're allowed to be in a situation to truthfully talk about what's really been affecting you. For a lot of you, because this first one is choice, right? Your first card is choice. I don't know why I say coid. Your first card is choice. For some of you, you maybe have recently watched, Lord of the Rings I'm thinking about. That may be confirmation for you. For some of you, you need to watch this movie. There is a message in this movie for some of you. Also, I want you to notice here how there are 3 kind of almost like entrances or doorways that you can take. For some of you, you're about to be given a choice. You've been asking for something specifically, or you have called out to Spirit like in tears. For some of you, you have called out in tears to Spirit for a way out or a way in, or for things to change, or for things to be different. You may have been looking at the state of the world and you've been thinking to yourself, I want out, right? I want to be able to go somewhere where I'm comfortable. Spirit is saying you are going to have choices very, very soon. The fact that there is a snake up here, to me, that just talks about there's going to be a lot of transformation. I would also say when you are making these choices, make sure that you are tapping into your own intuition, because I'm going to say this. There are no bad choices here, okay? There are lessons in each of these choices, but there are no bad choices. And I just saw 333 as well. There are no bad choices, but each choice has a lesson. And Spirit is saying you need to decide what you're willing to learn or what you want to learn, right? Some people go through certain things because they want to learn the lesson that's on the other side of there, right? So I would say there are no bad choices, but when you are at the point where you can make these choices, make sure that you are talking to your spirit guides, your higher self, the universe, because unfortunately, sometimes when we ask the universe for things, we are not specific, okay? Sometimes we'll say, I want $1 million, or I no longer want to live in the place that I'm living in anymore, right? So you may no longer live there, but maybe the building is burnt down. Maybe something dramatic happened, right? So you have to be careful about where you're asking for. So Spirit is saying you are building these gateways. You are building these pipelines, these doors to places you want to go. So be very intentional about the wish that you're asking for. Some of you, these wishes have, and I'm hearing this, these wishes have been created because of your tears, because of how you have cried out to God, how you have cried out to the universe for a way out or a way in, right? I'm also being very drawn to this apple here. Now I'm getting two scenarios here. I'm getting the scenario of, I think there is it Mother Goose that the goose that laid the golden eggs? This apple feels like a golden apple to me. And it also reminds me of, who is it? King Midas, who turned everything into gold. Spirit is saying you have the power to turn any situation around you to gold, but be careful what you turn into gold, right? Because I think at one point in the story, King Midas touches himself and he turns himself into gold. Either that happened or I dreamed it happened. Listen, don't judge me. But Spirit is saying, be careful what you put your words on. Be careful what your tears flow into, because you are creating something beautiful. That's the first story I'm getting. The second story I'm getting is, I believe it is Snow White, where the lady gave her the apple, the witch, which kind of looks like this person here, gave her the apple and she went into like a deep sleep. I believe that's Snow White that I'm thinking of. I can't remember. I think it's Snow White, where she gave her the apple. Yes, it is Snow White. She gave her the apple and she fell into a deep sleep. Spirit is saying, be very careful on what you accept, right? Because a lot of times we will accept something and it will put us in a worse situation than we're already in. For some of you, this feels like spiritual sleep. So be careful what you're reaching out for, what you allow to be put in your hand and what you allow to be put in your body, because not everything is meant for consumption. Not everything is meant for you to take it in. Okay. Then we have card number 2 here, which is the Queen of Air. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting with this card, because we're just talking about this apple here, right? When she bit into the apple, she went into like deep sleep, okay? Because the apple was poisoned, okay? Spirit is saying, be very careful about what you are doing in your dream state. Now, I know when you hear me say that, you're probably thinking to yourself, I don't control my dreams. You do, to a certain degree. And what I mean by that is, you can always put protection around yourself when you are dreaming. There is a lot of energy that is coming to you when you dream, because this owl here is making me think of, what is it? Guardian of the Galaxies. Spirit is saying, guard your deepest secrets, guard your sleep, guard what is in your mind as well. For some of you, you're getting ready to take flight. What this 1010 portal is bringing into your life is the ability to take flight, because there are wings here as well. But be careful. I'm thinking of the story of Icarus, I believe, who flew too close to the sun. Spirit is saying, be careful. When you are flying, make sure that you're tapping into your third eye and being guided by Spirit in your flight. So this could be specifically on moves that you're going to make in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm specifically hearing where you want to be very, very careful about what you're doing. Some of you, I'm hearing, you just discovered the power of the number 13. Be careful how you move with that number. Wow, that's crazy. And I just looked up and the clock said 8:13. So be careful with how you move with this power. Some of you are tapping more into your feminine energy, and Spirit and your ancestors are very proud of you with this. But make sure that you keep yourself protected, okay? Some of you could also be a Gemini, because the sign in her eyes looks like a Gemini to me. So be very careful. Your third card is Child 1. You also have a hummingbird in this card. Spirit is saying to be very, very, very careful. Because for some of you, you are about to go through an awakening and you are going to be like a child. Now, I don't mean physically where you're not going to know how to take care of yourself. I'm hearing that this new awakening or this new process that's coming into your life may feel a little bit childlike. It also reminds me of pile number 1, where we talked about that deer kind of not really having its legs kind of energy. You may feel like that. For some of you, that's what this is about. For others of you, there is a child coming into your life, or you're about to reparent yourself, is what I'm hearing. You are about to learn about the sacrifices of mothers or fathers, and you're about to learn to reparent yourself all over again. I'm also hearing that there is an innocence to you, pile number 2, that I think you hide a lot, and it could be because people took advantage of that innocence. And I think it's telling that you got the child, and your very next card is wisdom, right? We could even say that this is this child's older version of themselves. The spirit is saying that even in your childlike state, you are going to be going into something very beautiful. It is going to be very new for you. I'm hearing it is going to be something that you have not quite experienced before. I'm also hearing, I don't know why, because I got this in pile number 1 too. If there is a book that you want to write or a book that you want to read, do it. Do it. And even in doing so, you may feel like you may write this book and say, oh my God, a child could have written this book. Like, spirit is saying to do it anyway. Wisdom, I'm also hearing wisdom, because your bottom deck energy is wisdom. Wisdom comes with time and age. And for some of you, spirit is also saying that via this 1010 portal, there's going to be a lot of wisdom that comes into your life. And I just saw 210 on the clock. There's going to be a lot of wisdom that comes into your life. There's a lot of things that are going to be opening for you. But for some of you, there may be some alone time, because this card reminds me of the Hermit. For some of you, there may need to be some alone time where you're going into a cave, not a literal cave, but like you're away from other people. For some of you, this is your dream life, where you're kind of living away from other people, and it is just you and the universe and the seeds and the birds. And I just saw 1111. I also saw 1110. So for some of you, this 1010 portal is really going to be, it's going to highlight a lot for you. I'll put it that way. There are going to be a lot of things that are going to be highlighted. There's a lot of wisdom that's coming to you. But spirit is also saying, because it makes sense with this Queen of Air card, I'm also hearing, don't have your head too far in the clouds. Make sure that you ground your energy, because you have a lot of green in these cards here. Make sure that you are grounding your energy. Make sure that you are connecting with Mother Gaia, because she has a message for you as well. Okay, let's get some cards. That was quick. Wow. New beginnings, expansion. So for some of you, you're going through a time of expansion in your life. And this new beginning kind of coincides with this child card here, that things are going to be starting over from scratch for you. For some of you, you have a birthday this month in October. So happy birthday. The day of your birth, is going to be, it'll be like your version of a new year, right? It'll be your version of like the new year beginning. Okay, then we have rain and cleansing, purification, hydration. So for some of you, I'm hearing you need to drink more water. Your spirit guides are saying you need to drink more water to balance yourself out. For others of you, there's just a balance needed, a purification that's needed in your energy. And this 1010 portal is coming to like wipe away the old to bring in the new. I'm hearing that's what this cleansing and purification is for. Bottom deck energy is hedge. It says potential boundaries, indecision. So for some of you, you have been contemplating about something very specific. You could be a Libra here, because we have these scales. For some of you, you could be an air sign or earth sign as well, because there's a lot of air and earth here. But I would also say that there is some boundaries that you need to put in place. For some of you, I'm specifically hearing there are boundaries that you need to remove. These boundaries were put there as a way to protect yourself. This is not really about, because I'm hearing healing, but the word healing feels tainted when I'm hearing it. So it's almost like what you did, these boundaries that you put up were in disguise of healing. It's not really true healing. You did this as a way to protect yourself. but it has prevented you from making any real decisions. This energy reminds me of that, of like someone who's a hermit who can't leave out of their home. That's what this reminds me of. Like, I've put all these walls up so that I don't have to leave, and I don't have to get hurt, and I don't have to, whatever the case may be. Spirit is saying you need boundaries in place, but specific boundaries, right? Don't be so focused on having boundaries in place that you close yourself out to beautiful things that's coming into your life. Okay, let's get you some money and career cards. That was quick. Activation. It says you're unlocking your soul's purpose and receiving divine gifts. Tap into your ancestral memory and inner wisdom to awaken your soul. Focusing too much on the material world at the expense of the spiritual world. So for some of you, this new beginning that's coming into your life is going to be very much about the spiritual. It is also going to be about your life purpose. For some of you, that's what you've been asking Spirit for, is direction on your life purpose. What should I do next? How do I know if I'm on the right path? Okay. Spirit is saying that through these divine gifts that are coming to you, there is going to be a lot of information given to you about your soul purposes, and you will have a choice. For some of you, you're going to have the choice to go after your soul's purpose or just stick to the status quo, I'm hearing. Okay. And some of you are going to take flight, because we have Queen of Air here. This owl is really standing out to me. Some of you, this activation, some of you, you're going to take it by the horn. Some of you, not so much. Okay. We have health. It says some situation requiring resolution will be resolved and healed. Consider careers in the medical field, such as a massage therapy or any healing work. It is time to replenish your energy and fully recharge for what's next. Yeah. For some of you, there's a lot. Yeah. You got to take action under that. There is a lot of beautiful things that's coming in for you. This is okay, because I want to be true to what I'm feeling. I feel like the things that are coming into you may not be the easiest. They're coming in for you. May not be the easiest things to deal with, but the outcome is beautiful. That's what I mean by there are beautiful things coming in for you. Because a lot of times when we're seeing a flower grow, we kind of just see solid green, right? Or whatever the color of the stem or the leaves are. It is not until the flower fully blooms that we can see the beauty in it. And Spirit is saying that there's a lot of blooming that's happening, but right now the process may not be the easiest to deal with. Because for some of you, I talked about, you may have been seeing the earth cry, and you're crying as well. For some of you, you have gone through a lot. You have given a lot of way. You have sacrificed so much for other people, and you are being reborn, is what I'm hearing. This is an activation from Spirit to get you out of this place where you have been sacrificing for everybody else. And this wisdom card here is making me think of the quote, when you know better, you do better, right? So for some of you, this is your know better, do better phase. Okay. Let's see if there are any other cards. Okay. We have universal design. It says, see yourself as part of a sacred web giving life to your dream. I collaborate with Spirit. Yeah, your spirit guides are definitely all around you. They want to collaborate with you. They want to help you to ascend. Like for a lot of you, this is like your spiritual awakening. That's what this is. This is your spirit awakening to something new. And it's crazy that we were just talking about the flower, and look at her. Right? Look at the flowers blooming through like what looks like dry, cracked soil. So for some of you, even in your sadness, like your tears are part of what's healing the soil, right? Because I personally believe that tears can be medicine for healing yourself and healing your soul. So for some of you, your tears, I'm here to tell you that your tears have not gone unnoticed. Spirit has heard your cries, and they're here to give you an answer. Okay. Bottom deck energy is vantage point. It says, ask Spirit to give you clarity so you can change your perspective. I see my path clearly. Exactly. So Spirit is saying that all you have to do is ask us for clarity. Ask us for answers on how you should move forward. Do you want to know, like, are you on the right path, right? Spirit is saying if you ask us for If you ask us the questions, you will get answers. Okay, let's get you some cosmic insights. We have air sign. You got the air sign here. We got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So for some of you, you may be an air sign, whether this is Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You may be air signs, or something could happen for you during one of these air sign months. Okay. We have patience. It says just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. Yeah, for some of you, you really have been crying out to Spirit about things getting better, and Spirit is saying it's coming. Just be a little bit more patient with us. And we have open your heart. It will help you attract more love. So for some of you, this is the love of a child. I'm hearing you're going to attract the love of a child. For some of you, this is a partner coming into your life. Be careful with I don't want to say how open you are, but I want to say be careful with how open you are. Make sure you're using discernment to understand or be sure of the people that are coming into your life, okay? But your heart does need to be open. I think for some of you, you've been very closed off, but your heart is going to be open. And I'm hearing this specifically. Your heart is going to be open, but to yourself, because I feel like your heart has been open to everybody else, but you haven't been open to yourself. For some of you, this could have been causing some health issues. It could even be so far as mental health issues. I am not a mental health professional, so definitely get the help that you need. But I would say that Spirit is trying to prepare you and say that we are moving some things away to help you get better. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't want YouTube to take down my video. Let's get you some cards from the tea leaf. We have candle. You will be shown the way. What did I talk about with this vantage point, right? It says ask Spirit to give you clarity so you can change your perspective, right? If you ask for clarity, clarity will be given to you. I'm also hearing 13 candles. I don't know if that is significant for someone in here, but I'm hearing the phrase 13 candles. We have someone working against you behind your back. Be careful of those who do not have your best interest at heart. Be very, very careful, because there is somebody behind the scenes who do not want you to succeed. They do not want you to get better. Be very careful of those people, okay? They may also not want you to leave them or be in a different situation. We have bat. It says take care. Wow, take care. Enemies are working against you. Yeah, be careful. I'm also hearing move in silence. Be careful what you tell people. Not everybody is meant to know your business. Okay. Let's get you some more cards from the tea leaf oracle deck. Just any miscellaneous messages around this 10-10 portal. Okay, we have two. We have pineapple reconciliation. So for some of you, you may be reconciling with somebody. It doesn't mean you have to get back in a relationship with them, and if that is the case, Spirit is saying you are going to have the chance to reconcile with this person if you would like. You have scissors, disappointment in some affair. So be careful. I'm hearing don't put your full trust in everybody. Ooh, don't put your full trust in everybody, because some people, okay, some people will disappoint you. I'm also hearing that you're about to cut off somebody. And the fact that you got someone working against you, take care, enemies are working against you. You got that twice, that someone is working against you. I'm actually going to move this over here, phone call to do that. You're going to be cutting some people off, and it may hurt in the beginning. It may feel uncomfortable, but it is for your highest good. It's for your highest good. We have caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes, you're coming out of the cocoon, right? When you let these people go, and I think that's why I was called to put this over here. There is some people or a person in your life that needs to be let go of. And it may be painful when you do it, but it is for your best. But what's on the other side of that is Spirit is going to show you the way. You're going to get guidance. There's a reconciliation that's happening, because this person could be keeping you from this reconciliation. Now, this could be one of two things. You could be reconciling with an old friend. You could be reconciling with an old relationship. But for some of you, this could be you reconciling with a past lover. And I don't mean in this lifetime. If you believe in reincarnation, that's what I'm specifically speaking of. In a different timeline, you could be reconnecting with this person. And then Spirit is saying that this pain that you're feeling by cutting off this person, it will not be there always, right? There will come a time where things will get better. A change is coming, but you just have to be patient, okay? Let's get you some angel number cards. So this could be cards or numbers that are around you when you know that this change is happening based off the 1010 portal. Okay, let's get you. Okay, we have 0440, the gut feeling. Oof. Intuition, betrayal, pessimism, I think that is. Relating, value, insight, increase perception, love, monogamy. Ooh. Follow your gut is more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you always must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Yeah, be careful. For some of you, you may be discovering that there is more than one person in your relationship. This could also be a friendship. You may find that someone else is being the puppeteer behind the scenes and trying to control certain things in your life. So be careful with that, okay? Some of you are definitely starting over as well. Like this is a new beginning for you. You leaving this, wow, that's crazy. You leaving this person behind is a new beginning. This came out in pile number 1. So for some of you could have actually come from pile number 1. We have 1001, spiritual awakening, new beginnings, personal development, prioritizing creativity, and heading in the right direction. So for some of you, if you're wondering whether you're on the right path, you are. It says a new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the right path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. So if you're going through a difficult time, or when you do go through this separation, it may feel difficult. Spirit is saying that this too shall pass, okay? Bottom deck energy is 24. Good times. It says leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, happiness. It says you are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way to you multiply. So for some of you, this is your love life coming through in this reading. Spirit is also here to say that you deserve the finer things in life. You deserve happiness. And sometimes it's as simple as speaking your truth. Now, this particular, I know it says in this card, it talks about you speaking to your family. This also feels like you're speaking to your ancestors. So for some of you, you may find a deeper connection with your ancestors after this 1010 portal. That could be something that is significant for you, where you're gonna be able to tell the truth. I'm hearing some of you need to tell the truth about the things that you want, the things that you enjoy in life. Just be willing to be honest about whatever it is that you really want and that makes you happy. Okay, we're gonna get one final card from this deck. We have some flyers, but I just want one. We're gonna get one final card from this deck, and then I will let you go. Okay, Spirit, can we get one final message for pile number 2, please? Just one card. We have the great, wow. The great severing. It says Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. The fact that you got the great severing, and I talked about you having to cut some people off, this is just confirmation, right? And the fact that it says the great severing, there may be more than one person that you may cut off. Kind of, and some of you may do this cold turkey. There may be a lot of anger and conflict, or has been in this relationship, or will be when you decide to cut these people off. But Spirit is saying you're on the right path. This is the great severing. It is meant for it to happen when it is happening right now, right? And something about, I'm also getting that don't let this great severing harden you to love. Make sure that you are soft. Make sure that your heart is open to the love that's coming into your life. Okay, pile number 2. So this is all of the messages that I have for you. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end. And I will see you next time in our next one. Bye.